Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about one of the most odd or feared aspects of learning a language, and that is enhancing one's vocabulary. First of all, let us understand what is vocabulary. Vocabulary is all the words that are a part of a particular language. English is considered to be one of the most voluminous language of the world. Obviously, because it is a global language. It is used in more number of countries than any other language. We are familiar with many words simply out of listening, out of watching TV, and also because we read. Why is it so important to improve one's vocabulary? When we make use of choicest words, we reflect our own erudite nature. Erudite as in learned nature, that we are well read. Another aspect is that when we ourselves read, we do not have to look up the dictionary again and again. Hence, we enjoy reading. Knowledge of more number of words and understanding their usage helps us crack a lot of questions in competitive examinations. It comprises of the reading comprehension and the verbal ability sections. When it comes to reading, again, I've mentioned this, we can understand a passage only if we have knowledge about the words. So indirectly, reading comprehension section also tests our vocabulary. When it comes to verbal ability, we have questions which are directly or indirectly based on the usage of words. For example, we have synonym and antonym questions, we have improper usages, we have analogies, we have clause passages like the fill in the blanks, etc. There also knowledge of words is very important. It also helps us cracking logical reasoning questions. Let us look at the third aspect now. How to increase word power, how to enhance one's vocabulary. First and the most important and the most effective method, of course, is reading. It is important to read. As we read, we keep on learning more and more words. It is important to look up a dictionary and find out the meaning of a word as we are reading it. But sometimes we don't do such a thing. A certain word gets fixed into our passive vocabulary. We identify the word, but we may not be very sure of its meaning. When we go through that word again and perhaps look up its meaning and understand it in depth, it registers into our active vocabulary, and then we are able to use it nonchalantly, just like that, without any effort. Another huge advantage of reading is that it also teaches us the functional usage of a word, which a dictionary may not totally be successful in doing. And as I start this series of teaching a lot of new words every day, I would like to tell all of you that there is no shortcut at all to learning vocabulary. There is also no miraculous way in which you will be able to learn vocabulary overnight. Learning vocabulary is like putting salt in your food. A little bit is required every day. So even if you make an attempt to learning about 10 new words every day, you would have learned about 3,000 words in a year. The first method I've already recommended, and that is reading. The other methods I'm going to employ as I progress with my subsequent sessions. Let me briefly discuss the challenges that we face while we learn new words. The first challenge is that sometimes the meaning of one word gets mixed up with another. Second, a very huge and grave challenge is that one word can have many meanings. Such meanings are known as secondary meanings. Let me give you a very simple example. Let me take up the word fair. So I say that the girl is fair complexioned. Here I'm talking about her light skin, light color of the skin. If I say my teacher is not fair to me, here I'm talking about her biased aspect, that she is not unbiased or neutral. She is a biased person. I went to the fair last night. Here I'm talking about a carnival or a fete. The turnout was pretty fair. Here I'm talking about the quantity or the number. The next challenge that I'm talking about is words from foreign languages. Such words do pose a problem because they form plurals in a different way. Sometimes while speaking we might have a difficulty in pronouncing them. Words from French origin have a rounded pronunciation. For example, words that end with ment are not pronounced as meant. Like, for example, I have a word like development, so I pronounce it as meant. But if I have a word like denouement, the spelling contains ment, but I do not pronounce it as meant. Bon vivant, bonjour, bon appetit, then crème de la crème, rendezvous. So these are some of the words that come from foreign languages and they're used in English as they are. So such words might pose a problem, sometimes in spelling, sometimes in understanding, and sometimes in pronunciation. The next challenge that I'm going to discuss is eponyms. Eponyms or eponymous words have their origin in literature. Pick up a famous figure from literature, make use of it as an adjective or as a noun referring to something. If I say Falstaffian, I mean qualities of a character in Shakespeare's play whose name was Falstaff. I'm not referring to him really, I'm only making a reference to his qualities. Another example, if I say you are Uncle Scrooge, I mean to say you're very miserly. The reference is to Christmas Carol, a novel written by Charles Dickens. It has a very miserly character and his name is Scrooge. So I do not mean that character Scrooge, I mean the person I'm talking to, and he has got similar miserly attributes. Words from mythology. If I say she is an Amazon, this word has been taken from Homer's Odyssey. There, Amazon was a lady who had mighty power. She could even scare men. So any lady who is well built and has the ability to even scaring men is referred to as an Amazon. Some other examples: Gorgon, Hercules, Herculean, Apollo, Apollonian, and they're very often used in language. We make use of them all the time, sometimes without even realizing. Then we could have some figures from history, or we could even have some biblical characters. They do not mean the character. They do not mean the same incident, but a comparison. These are the words which also pose a problem for us.